So I thought I'd take you on a little tour of my garden in Geelong, Victoria, Australia today. Starting at my back door, we've got some ferns and things. As you can see, there's my cat Mabel in the back. So you can see all along the top here is netting. The whole of this area is netted in for cats. My partner and I have a couple of cats, and his grandfather, who lives in this little unit here next door, has a cat as well. So as you can see, there's a cat flap through his window to allow his cat to come out. So I've tried to use somewhat of a permaculture-y inspired design of the garden. As you can see, so over here we've got some natural climbing cat towers for them, and then going round. So I've put my compost bins, and I will have a proper compost bay over here inside the cat run, so it's all netted over. It's hard to tell, but it's all netted over at the top, so that the mice and rats can't come in, or if they do come in, they're going to be scared away by the cats. So here I've got my tea garden, so all sorts of weird and wonderful mints here, and some other bits and pieces. So we've got chocolate mint and apple mint and ginger mint and rust-free mint and all sorts of things, some turmeric and some ginger. So if you have a look, it looks like all of the plants are growing in the ground, but they are actually sneakily planted in pots to try and stop. Mint has a tendency to try and take over the world, so to try and stop that. And we've got a dripper system for ease of watering. It's got some lemon verbena in there, some German chamomile. Another thing that was really important picking the plants for this area is that they have to be safe for cats. So German chamomile is safe for cats, English or Roman chamomile is not, so don't want to poison the little kitties. So Mabel up here is demonstrating the use of the cat tower. She's very excited. She can see some seagulls all along the roof. So they get to hunt in here, but they can't catch. They just get to watch and enjoy the bird life. And the bird life gets to enjoy not being hunted by cats, so it's a win-win. So Mabel's here demonstrating the hanging baskets off our cat climbing tree system. So Grandpa Bob really loves flowers and colour, and he wanted colourful flowers outside his windows. I like to try and grow as many edibles as possible, and I also wanted flowers that didn't attract too many bees for this area. The rest of the garden out that way has got lots of bee-friendly things, but for this area I didn't want too many bees buzzing around the cats. So as you can see, we've got strawberries in the hangers, and we've got herbs in each hanging basket, so we've got various different thymes. It's all looking a little scraggly at the moment, but thymes and oregano and marjoram are herbs I use frequently, so they're right near the back door, so nice and easy to come and get if I'm quickly cooking. I do use some of these flowers in salads and things, especially these little gorgeous ones. Yeah, so then along here we've got our blueberry bed, so that's in a sort of L shape along the edge of the path. So we've got 4 different varieties of blueberries planted in here, and they were planted in about September. So what's that, 4 months ago? It's now the end of January in 2018. So we've also got some little strawberries growing along around here, and then up the back here, this will eventually be a kind of berry wall. At the moment, one of the wires has fallen down. It's looking a little bit sad. But we've got thornless young berries, blackberries and loganberries planted along here. They probably need a little bit of compost or something. They're looking a little bit sad, but that's okay. Coming over here, we've got some empty pots that I've been given recently as gifts, so still got to work out what to put in those. Down here is a dwarf black mulberry. So as you may know, mulberries can grow to sort of 20 metres wide or something crazy like that. So this is a dwarf one. 1, it's a small garden. 2, we have netting over the top, so we'll be keeping that pruned to under 2 metres. Another blueberry here, I've had that one a few years, it's a bit more established. Got quite a few berries off it this summer, and there's a couple of sneaky ones there. Over to this side, got a new little water feature we just put in the other day. As you can see, there's still a lot of area that I'm yet to sort of work out what to plant in. Got some dwarf alpine, some white alpine strawberries here, and some violets and lemon verbena. There's Princess Leia there, so I want to do something along this fence, but I'm not sure exactly what yet. So I'll now take you out of the cat run into the rest of the garden. So we've lived here for 18 months, and pretty much everything you see apart from the big trees we've planted. Big trees and the rosemary and the violets is about all that is left from the previous garden. Previous owners loved you know, plastic and rocks and succulents and things like that, some simple sort of things, and I love edible things. So over here we've got a new garden bed that we just put in. My dad helped me dig that out and fill it up with soil. So this was just all lawn here until a few weeks ago. I love these petunias. I bought these on a bit of a whim. They kind of look like the rock stars of the petunia world, I reckon. Also got a little serviceberry here, or Juneberry, which is looking very sad. It did not like the summer heat we've had recently, but well, hopefully it will survive. Got a lemon cherry guava here that just planted the other day, and also a jambos that I'm hoping will survive the frost of winter. We'll see. We do get frosts down here. Got some sort of empty spaces along here where I'm planning on planting. I've got a dwarf pear, a Trixie pear to plant, and they only grow to sort of 1.5 metres, and also a nectarine as well to put in there, so a little bit of space. Some mint growing here. Got some espaliered cherry trees along here. There's 7 cherry trees espaliered around the deck. So the deck was here when we came, but it was just all lawn around it, so I wanted to make more use of it. Over here I've got a Tamarillo, which as you can see is growing very nicely. Got a whole lot of fruit happening up there. So I planted that sort of maybe a year ago. Got a strawberry guava that I had in a pot for several years. It's just coming into flower now. These are beautiful subtropical fruits. So you can just see the little delicate flowers there. Beautiful subtropical fruits that will grow down in Victoria, so they're well worth having in your backyard. We've got a Chilean guava here with a rather aggressive looking asparagus plant taking over, but that's okay, it can be moved. And then we've got a feijoa up here in the corner that the silver beet is trying to strangle. That's alright again. So coming back along here, excuse the random hoses. I didn't tidy up or anything for this garden. For this garden tour, I thought I'd just sort of have a glimpse of as is. So you can see there's some chalk on the ground where some little friends came to visit the other day. So here's the deck, and it's hard to see the view because it's a bit of a muggy day, but there is actually sea up in the background there, which is pretty lovely. And we can see a view of the veggie patch that is obscured by the crazy passion fruit vines and raspberry plants. You might be able to hear some whirring sounds in the background. That's the watering system going crazy because it's that time of night. So again, this was all grass along this area when we first moved in. So I've espaliered cherry trees, and we've got an absolute abundance of strawberries carpeting along the ground there. Chives and lavender and all sorts of bits and pieces. This one's probably my best espaliered cherry at the moment. All the others need a little bit more of a hand. And then over here we've got a quince growing. So all of the fruit trees, or most of the fruit trees, were planted in June, or end of June, start of July 2016, which is when we bought the house. So they've had about a year and a half to establish themselves. Along here, along the ground, you can see we've got alpine strawberries, and we've got some little native, I've forgotten what these are called off the top of my head, but little native flowering things, succulenty things that are edible. Some violets. We've got, hi Gertie, hello, you want to be on the video? Yes, So you can see Gertie wants to come through the cat run into the other side and visit us, but she's not allowed. She stays on her side. So we've got olive herb here. It's beautiful. It tastes like olives. Some self-seeded potatoes happening. I just sort of let them go. Thought, okay, sure, you can do that if you like. Over here we've got some warrigal greens or New Zealand spinach sort of taking over, which is lovely. I like it when edible plants take over the world. Some more alpine strawberries, self-seeded. We've got a jostaberry plant, which is a hybrid of a blackcurrant and a gooseberry. So I haven't tried those yet, so I'm excited for next year. Hopefully we'll get some fruit on it. We've got some native river mint here, some little delicate flowers, so it's got a minty kind of a flavour. A couple of weeds, just ignore those. We've got saltbush as well, which is a local native plant. Here I've got my little dwarf pear ready to go in the garden back over there. So moving down, we've got passion fruits taking over. This one got badly frostburnt in the last winter. We had an exceptionally bad frost, but that's alright. It's survived. And we've got a lettuce that's self-seeding itself, so hopefully it'll spread lettuces all around the garden and I won't have to plant them. Got raspberries here that are about to have their second crop. As you can see, there's abundance of fruit on there, so that'll be really exciting. We'll get a number of punnets. And we've got passion fruits that was only planted a few months ago, and it's got its first little passion fruits. There's one that's even ripening down there. It's very cute, so that's very exciting. So then if I whip around this side, you can see the veggie patch. So it's sort of a little bit of a walled garden. We've got plums on this edge, and then nectarines along that wall, apricots and peach along that wall, and nashies along the other side that you can't really see because it's obscured. They all need retying up and a spathering, as you can see, but I just thought I'd do the video as is rather than trying to get everything perfect, because you can never get everything done in a garden. That's just the nature of it, really. So here's our little veggie garden. So if we take a walk through little stepping stones, I'm just sort of letting dandelions do their thing. Eventually I'm going to plant creeping thyme and alyssum between the pavers, but that hasn't quite happened yet. So we've got our little good bug beneficial insect garden here to try and promote some little garden friends coming along. So we've got about 11 square metres of garden bed here, and we've got all sorts of things just sort of jumbled in. I like to try and plant close high density planting, like in the square foot gardening style. It seems to work pretty well. I've got some crazily overgrown cucumbers. These are meant to be white cucumbers and they're meant to be small. I'll still probably eat them, but they're probably a little bit bigger than they're supposed to be. I've been away for a week, so I've just come back and the garden's gone crazy. Rainbow chard there's looking beautiful. The beans are pretty much finished. Got some tomatoes coming up here. These ones I actually planted. All the rest of the tomatoes in the garden are self-seeded. I've got some eggplant here, which is looking pretty snazzy, so I'll let them get a bit bigger before I eat them. Over here we've got a golden nugget pumpkin's just about to produce its first little crop, so I'll let those get a bit bigger, but they only grow about hand size, and then I like to bake them in the oven and they're really yummy. Got some golden zucchinis here, and we've got more down here. Excuse the phone cords. Got more down here, which is, they've kind of gone crazy, so I'll probably get a few kilos of those harvested tonight. Over here we've got a rondinellis zucchini, which you're supposed to sort of harvest them when they're maybe tennis ball size. This one is a little bit bigger than that, as you can see, but that's okay. I'll probably make a soup out of it or something like that. Probably a few more rondinellis zucchinis in that jungle somewhere I've got to find. You can see we've got a lovely little archway here with pear trees espaliered along the edges. So they've been growing. They're probably 1.5 meters tall now. Growing them for... Decided to cut out there for a second, the joys of technology, but we're back in business. So talking about the espaliered pears. So we've got 2 different varieties of pears espaliered on this climbing frame for them. So down here we've got some pumpkins happening. Oh, we've got a whole lot more Ronda Denise zucchinis by the gargoyle there. That's going to be many, many days of zucchini soup and other zucchini dishes. Got some butternut pumpkins growing in there. As you can see through here, it's just a forest of tomatoes. I can barely even walk through actually. It's that crazy. None of these are planted. They all self-seeded from compost. So I've just sort of let them do their thing, and we've got a whole lot of different varieties seem to be growing. I've got no idea what they all are, but we seem to have some rounder ones, look like maybe cherry tomatoes, and some pear-shaped ones. There might be some yellow ones perhaps. Up the back they're looking like some Roma ones. The current bushes are not looking so happy with this situation. I might need to do something about that, or maybe it's the heat, I'm not sure. Yes, anyway, that's all a little bit crazy. Taking you further around here, so I've got a section here that's a little bit ugly that I need to clear up. My plan is to grow avocado tree along here. That's the next project. And down here we've got pepinos absolutely taking over the world. The plant said the label said it'd grow about 1 metre, and I don't know, this is one plant that's grown sort of 5 metres across or something crazy like that. Up the back we've got, it's hard to see, but the tree along the fence there, that one is a mackay berry, or mackay berry, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, from South America. Never tried it, but I'm keen to when it eventually produces. Yeah, so we've got about 20 espaliered fruit trees, and then probably another 10 or so planted, and then edible bushes and veggies, and it's all been done in the last 1.5 years, and it's all on, you know, in a suburban backyard that's, I think the whole property is 614 square metres or something, so it's not massive. Anyway, I will pick a whole lot of produce, and yeah, I'll make a video some other time soon. Okay. So here's just a little follow-up video from my garden tour from today. So this is the laundry basket full of produce I've picked this evening. I've weighed it all up, and there's 17 kilos. So as of today, the 25th of January 2018, I've picked over 43 kilos of produce from my little backyard veggie garden in the suburbs of Geelong, which is pretty cool. So we've got big, gigantic Ronda Denise zucchinis in here, and yellow zucchinis, a couple of funky cucumbers, some strawberries, a couple of sugar snaps, my first ever passion fruit, which is very, very, very exciting, and a bunch of butter beans as well. So I will be making lots of tasty zucchini soup, and baked zucchini, and fried zucchini, and zucchini everything this week. Yeah, anyway, I'll make another video sometime in the future when I've got some more interesting things to show you all. Alright, thanks. Till then, happy gardening.